Your bones could be losing density right now, and you'd feel absolutely nothing. No pain, no warning. That's what makes osteoporosis one of the sneakiest conditions out there. It's called the silent disease, for a reason most people don't find out, until they break a bone from something as simple as a sneeze, a hug, or stepping off a curb. But here's what almost nobody tells you. Your body actually does send out warning signs. Small, easy-to-miss clues, months or even years before that fracture happens. Today, I'm breaking down 7 of them. Stick around for sign number 5. It's the one even doctors overlook. And number 7 is the one most people mistake for just getting older. If you're over 45, or you've got a parent or partner in that age range, this video is for you. I'm going to walk through the 7 signs, explain the why, behind each one in plain English, and at the end, give you 3 simple things you can do this week to start protecting your bone density. No jargon, no scare tactics, just what you need to know. Quick note before we start, I'm not a doctor, and this isn't medical advice. Think of this as your starting point for a conversation with one. All right, let's get into it. Sign number 1. Receding gums, loose teeth. Sign number 1 shows up in a place you'd never expect. Your mouth. Your jawbone is still bone, and it's affected by the same density loss as your hips and spine. If you've noticed your gums receding, teeth feeling looser, or your dentist mentioning bone loss in your jaw during a checkup, that's not just a dental issue. Research has linked lower jawbone density to lower bone density elsewhere in the body. So if your dentist has flagged this in the last year or 2, that's worth mentioning at your next physical too. Sign number 2, losing height. Sign 2 is one people brush off constantly, losing height. A little shrinkage over decades is normal, but if you've lost more than an inch, that's your spine talking. Weakening vertebrae can start to compress and lose their shape. Without any dramatic pain, just a slow change. You might only notice when your pants fit differently, or you're not quite eye level with someone you used to match. Quick tip, next time you're at the doctor, ask them to actually measure your height and compare it to what's on file from a few years back. Don't rely on memory. Most people underestimate how much they've changed. Sign number 3, weak grip strength. Here's one that surprises almost everyone. Your handshake. Multiple studies have connected grip strength to overall bone density. It sounds unrelated, but weaker muscles and weaker bones tend to decline together. They're both part of the same aging process, sometimes called musculoskeletal decline. A simple check. Can you still comfortably open a tight jar lid or carry grocery bags without your hands aching afterward? If that's become noticeably harder over the last year, it's a signal worth paying attention to, not a reason to panic, but a reason to ask questions. Sign number 4, brittle, weak fingernails. Sign 4 is one you're looking at every single day and probably not connecting to bone health. Your nails. Nails and bones both rely heavily on similar nutrients: calcium, protein, and minerals. If your nails have become noticeably thinner, more brittle, or splitting easily, it can be an early nutritional clue, though it's not a standalone diagnosis by any means. Think of it as one more piece of the puzzle, not proof on its own. Okay, before we get to sign 5, the one I mentioned at the start that even doctors sometimes miss. Quick favor. If you find this useful, hit subscribe now so you don't lose this channel, because we cover a new health topic like this every week. Okay, sign 5. Sign number 5. Lower back pain that doesn't go away. This is the one that gets missed constantly because it gets blamed on everything else. Bad mattress, old age, sitting too much, a pulled muscle. But persistent, dull lower back pain, especially without an obvious injury, can actually be a sign of tiny compression fractures happening in the spine. These are called microfractures, and they can happen so gradually that people just assume it's normal wear and tear. The red flag isn't back pain itself. Everybody gets that sometimes. It's back pain that's new, persistent, and doesn't have a clear cause, like lifting something heavy or sleeping wrong. Sign number 6, frequent unexplained fractures. This one's more obvious, but the pattern is what people miss. If you've broken a bone from something that really shouldn't have caused a break, a minor fall from standing height, a light bump, even a hard cough in some documented cases, that's your body telling you something. One low-impact fracture is often the first real, undeniable signal of significant bone density loss. Doctors call these fragility fractures, and they're one of the biggest predictors that more could follow if nothing changes. And finally, sign number 7, the one people write off as just getting older, a stooped posture. sometimes called a dowager's hump. This develops when weakened vertebrae in the upper spine gradually compress in the front, causing a forward curve. It happens so slowly over years that it's easy to dismiss as normal aging, rather than recognizing it as a physical sign of bone density loss that's been building for a long time. If you've noticed you're not standing quite as upright as you used to, or family members have commented on it, that's worth bringing up at your next checkup. So let's run through all 7 fast. 1. Receding gums or loose teeth. 2. Losing height. 3. Weaker grip strength. 4. Brittle nails. 5. Unexplained lower back pain. 6. Fracturing from a minor bump or fall. And 7. A stooped or forward-leaning posture. None of these alone means you definitely have weak bones. But if 2 or 3 of these sound familiar, that's a real signal to bring up with your doctor, who can order a simple bone density scan called a DEXA scan. Now, 3 things you can actually do, starting today. 1. Ask your doctor about a bone density screening, especially if you're a woman over 50 or a man over 65, though it's worth asking earlier if any of these signs sound familiar. 2. Weight-bearing exercise. Walking, light strength training, even resistance bands. These all signal to your body to maintain bone density, not just muscle. 3. Get your calcium and vitamin D levels checked rather than guessing. A simple blood test tells you far more than assuming you're getting enough from diet alone. These 3 steps cost you almost nothing and take 5 minutes to start. If this video helped you spot something worth asking your doctor about, do me a favor and share it with a parent, a partner, or a friend who might need to hear it too. This is exactly the kind of video that helps someone catch something early. And if you want the follow-up video, the full breakdown of exactly what foods and exercises rebuild bone density, subscribe and hit the bell, because that one's coming next week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.